Welcome to the Alchemy Lounge, where we dismantle manifestation myths, rewrite your success codes, and activate your highest reality. I'm Victoriaquance, your intuitive alchemist, blending science, soul, and strategy, so the extraordinary becomes your everyday. If you're ready to rip up the rulebook and unfuck your life, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Galactic Professor. So it is day one of our 3-day experience, and this space is completely shaped by you. So there are, I wouldn't even call them trainings in this space. They are transmissions and they are activations, and you will hear what you need to hear at the time that you are meant to hear it. So if you miss something, you've not missed it. Okay, and that's the lovely thing with Telegram, and another reason that I think this is so much more of an aligned fit is you can drop in and out as and when you wish to, but the more you obviously put into this space, the more you will get out, because this space is shaped by you. So the way that I work, the way that I channel, the way that I connect to people, the more I can feel your energy, the more I will be able to download and transmit what you need to hear. Okay, it's why I always keep my spaces relatively intimate. There's not 400 people in here. You are not just a number in my world. You are someone who I can feel, and I want to get across to you whatever it is that you need to hear in any given moment. So today is going to be all about time. And time is our most precious resource. So I am absolutely thrilled and honoured that you are spending your most precious resource in here with me for 3 days. And we have the gorgeous full moon in Sagittarius today, which is your freedom moon. So where is your time and how you spend your time and how you invest your time providing you with that freedom? And where is it not as well? So I will drop your first quiz of the week in shortly, and all the quizzes that we're going to do in here, all the assessments, they are taken from psychology, they are taken from neuroscience, but then they're gamified as well to make them fun and less kind of invasive. But they are digging deep into your psyche and into your subconscious at the same time. So as much as they're fun and light-hearted, and you can take what resonates, leave what doesn't, have fun with them, that's the point of them, they will still provide you with that deep scientific backed insight that you will need to hear if you take the quiz. So that's what's going to come up first. The next thing I would love you to do is make sure I can feel your energy in here as well. If you haven't already, say hi, introduce yourself, but also set your intention for the space. As a witch, we love intentions. Everything is with intention, and the goodest intention and the best intention for the good of all. So what would you really love to take away from these 3 days? It might not be something that you learn. How do you want to feel after these 3 days? What do you want to shift? What do you want to change? What do you want to let go of in these 3 days? And you get to choose that. So set your intention so I can feel into it for you as well. And later on today, I will pop back with the results for your quiz, so you will know what each Time Master represents and how that lands for you. But also, whenever any transmissions, any activations come through, they will drop in as well. So check in here when it feels good. But like I said, the more I can feel your energy, the more I can tune into you, and the more you will get out from this experience. And of course, as always, we're playing games, we're having fun. There's always going to be rewards and prizes and awards for those that take part and those that show up and those who I feel that I want to gift something to as well. So before we start, if there's anyone else that you would love to be in this space, anyone that you feel would really benefit from being in a space like this over the next 3 days, you are more than welcome to invite them in if you feel they are a fit. Please feel free to pass on the Telegram link to do that. If at any point it feels like the energy is too intense, too overwhelming, then we can break out into different spaces if we have to. But I feel we're going to be okay. And there's the postman. So that's my cue to leave, and I will speak to you soon. So let's talk about the time paradox and how time shapes your reality more than what you realize, and your perception of time and your relationship with time influences every decision you make, every emotion you feel, and every experience that you live as a result of that perception. But most of us never actually question it. We just go along with it. We just trust that that is what time is. We just accept life for being the way that it is. So time is what it is, and that's what we believe in. So what I want to share with you is how the most successful people, the leaders of the world, the wealthiest individuals of the world, how they experience time differently and the way that they perceive time differently. So they collapse timelines, they shift themselves really easily from long-term struggle into rapid expansion. They move with certainty, so they bypass all that hesitation and procrastination, and they will align instantly with success rather than waiting for that infamous perfect time, which we know doesn't exist. Okay, so procrastination, by the way, it's not about discipline. It's actually a form of perfectionism, and it's about a unconscious timeline resistance. So perfectionism will keep you delaying your execution. It delays you taking action because your brain fears making the wrong move, and having some level of uncertainty will keep you trapped in hesitation loops as well, because every delayed decision means you push your success further away. Childhood conditioning can come into this a little bit as well. So that will have potentially wired time scarcity into your subconscious. So if you were raised in an environment, for example, where you always felt rushed, time was limited, or time was unstable, then you might be somebody who now as an adult struggles to experience time in more expansive ways. But I just want to share with you some ways in which you can collapse these timelines. I'm going to share a practice with you. I'm going to share 2 practices with you. Okay. Well, there's kind of numerous ones. So collapsing time, collapsing timelines, quantum leaping, whatever you want to call it, is about shifting your frequency, because time is frequency. Time is an energy. And we want to shift that to match the, I'm going to say future version of you, just so you can understand what I'm talking about here. But every time we label ourselves as having a future version of you, or a higher self version, or a next level self version of you, this is really important message for some of you to hear. You keep that version of you distant. It feels far away. It feels unattainable. It feels like it's another level away, like it's going to be a struggle to get there, or a climb to get there, or that it has to be difficult. Okay, some of you will have needed to hear that. So when we're collapsing time, it's shifting your frequency to match that version of you. I like to call it my favorite version of me, rather than a future version or a higher version or a next level version. So we're actually going to do some exercises on this in our soul session tonight in the Alchemy Academy, which, by the way, if any of you want to join us this evening, you can grab yourself a VIP guest pass. Just pop me a message. We have our call at 8 o'clock this evening, UK time. And in the Academy this month, we are actually on the Soul DNA module. So every month we have a new module. Next month is Unfuckwithable, which I'm very excited about. We've then got Ignite, we've got Cosmic Codes, we've got Time Warped, all the exciting things coming up. But Soul DNA is all about emotional alignment, nervous system regulation. You're manifesting from what your body is signaling and rewiring your emotional frequency. So we are going to be doing some collapsing time in there this evening as well with the full moon energy, which is very, very exciting. But some little tips of ways that you can start to do this today. One thing I would love for you to do, and please do share this in this space if it feels good for you to do so, I want you to make a decision. Make any decision today without overthinking. So stop delaying, choose, lock it in, because quantum moves fast, quantum energy moves fast, and success moves fast. So make a decision. You could also look at your diary and cut out one thing that drains you, one thing that is not serving you. Get rid of any distractions, commitments that feel misaligned, or even just conversations that pull you backward or keep you in the same energetic field where you want to shift out from. And another lovely little thing that you can do today is to take an imperfect action. And this will help those of you that do struggle with procrastination, because we know perfection slows down momentum because it's not real. Perfection isn't a thing. So I invite you to move now and then refine later, because that speed is going to collapse your timelines for you. The other lovely little thing that you can do is actually from a book by Guy Hendricks called The Big Leap. And this is an Einstein time practice. And Einstein was fantastic at many things, but he's also really interesting to read about when we are talking about time, because Einstein time flips our general beliefs about time. Because most of us will be operating with the belief that time is scarce and it's so precious. I do believe it's precious because everything in our lives is precious. It's a very precious resource. Doesn't mean it's scarce. Whereas Einstein time says that you are the source of time. So where in your life do you feel that there's never enough time? What stories do you tell yourself or sell yourself? Something's coming through about selling at the moment. I don't know where that's coming through from. Maybe that'll come through when I connect to you a little bit more. But what stories are you telling yourself about being busy? And if you were able to believe or be open to the possibility that you can create time, you are the source of time for what matters, what would change? So if you can, for the rest of this week, take away the phrase, I don't have time, away from your vocabulary. Anything that you add to your diary or your calendar, base it on desire, energy, and joy rather than pressure. And treat your time as an abundant internal resource rather than coming from an external source. Allow it to come from you and see what happens, see what shifts. And like I say, if you do want to join us this evening, you can get yourself a VIP guest pass. You are welcome to jump in and join us. We are going to be collapsing time under the full moon energy, but we're also going to be looking at cognitive triangles and problem triangles and how we can use triangles for transformation, which is very exciting. We're also going to be doing a little bit of a diary assessment in there this evening. So looking at how your diary is meeting your core human needs and where there are any shadows lying in your diary and where we need perhaps a little bit of self-promotion. So lots of extra activities in there as well for those that want to take that work a little bit deeper. But if you would like to join us, we will be on Zoom from 8 o'clock until around 9 o'clock. this evening. So just send me a message saying VIP and I will grab you the link to purchase yourself a little guest pass for the evening. But let me know how this lands for you all. See what comes through for you. Take what you need. Leave anything else that doesn't resonate. Listen back to this a few times as well if you need to. And continue to share in this group space as well, so I can continue to connect to your energies. There's something really strong. Someone is having some challenges or something around sales at the moment, because I'm getting sales as being time consuming or feeling like a restraint for somebody. But actually, whoever that person is, or I think there's 3 people, okay, that this is going to relate to. So I don't know whether we've got 3 business ladies in here. Sales shouldn't be taking you time. So there's something that needs to shift there. There's a perception around time when it comes to sales that is coming through quite strongly. So I will see who that is meant for, and I will pop back shortly. I'm going to nip into the garden for a little bit while it's still sunny, and I will pop back shortly with your quiz results as well. Hello, my loves. So let's have a little chat about time and break the illusion around time. Now, most of us believe that time is a fixed thing. We believe that it's a straight line that moves forward hour by hour, minute by minute. But time isn't linear. It's a frequency. It's not a physical thing. It's a concept that humans have created to measure change, to organize things, to control things. So if you look back over like your ancient civilizations, they will have tracked celestial movements like the moon to structure their lives. Like the Egyptians followed the sun, the Babylonians divided the day into the 12-hour segments that we're familiar with, the Romans introduced the calendars that we use today. But as soon as we, as humans, linked time to productivity, we turned it into a currency, just like money. Okay. And the reason that we are so fixated on time, particularly in the world that we live in and the Western society that we're all in, is because our society equates time with what we're worth. And in things like the Industrial Revolution really cemented that, because that's when, hours were turned into units of labor. We started to set schedules and we made productivity a metric of our success. So we no longer just track time, we obsess over it, because we've been conditioned to believe that having enough time means we're going to achieve something. And the reason that we feel like we never have enough time is because we often prioritize urgency over depth and things that are meaningful to us. We constantly have deadlines and notifications that pull our focus away from actually what's important. Our brains will often overestimate our future commitments as well, because we'll assume that we'll just have more time to do it later. And we also tie our time to survival, and that's a subconscious thing, because your subconscious on a deep human level fears running out of time. Because when you run out of time, your subconscious, your body is dead. Okay? So the key thing is time will bend, time will collapse, whatever you want to refer to it as, when you change how you interact with it. So instead of chasing time, you command it by recalibrating your presence with time, your focus, and your decision making. Okay? So I'm going to let this land, let this sink in, see what comes up for you with this, and how you feel when you think of time in this way. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like and subscribe, and then step deeper into my world. Inside my Facebook group, Manifestation Myths, The Science and Success Codes by VQ, you'll gain deeper insights, exclusive activations, and live experiences with me. And if you're ready for full mastery of your business and lifestyle, explore my latest offers at vqlifestyle.com. Until next time, remember who the fuck you are, live exquisitely, and lead exceptionally.